Hello, dear participants of the webinar, colleagues, friends, and everyone who is interested in health problem solutions and bioresonance correction of well-being. My name is Maria Reznikova, and this is a translation of the webinar of Lyubov Balabanova, a doctor of psychology, candidate of medicine, professor of the Civil Defense University of Ukraine. She has been working with bioresonance devices for about 10 years. And recent years with Biomedis company. Now she's testing the fourth mode of the Trinity device. Today's webinar is dedicated to a special state, to sleep. It is a special state of consciousness. Since we know such words as sweet sleep, broken sleep, etc. All these words reflect states of consciousness of a human. Therefore, sleep is a natural process characterized by a decreased reaction to the outside world. Sleep is not uniform. Human sleep structure includes two phases. Slow sleep phase, or non-REM, which is rapid eye movement. Slow sleep is characterized by absence of this rapid eye movement. The second phase is a fast sleep phase, or REM. The whole sleep consists of 4 or 5 cycles, and slow sleep occurs straight after falling asleep. It is this phase of sleep that consists of 4 stages. In the first stage, the alpha rhythm activity slowly decreases and brain activity increases. Then there is the second stage, when so-called sigma rhythm occurs. Then goes the third stage, which matches with sigma rhythm, and there occurs the increased range of delta rhythm. Then there is the fourth stage of deep sleep, when there is a rhythmical activity of delta rhythm. The cycle lasts for about 80–100 minutes. The fifth stage is also known as fast sleep stage, also called a paradoxical sleep, since it occurs after a slow sleep stage and lasts for 10–20 minutes. In this stage, the body temperature decreases, heart beats faster, the muscle tonus suddenly decreases. The body is immobilized, but eyes make rapid movements. So the brain works actively, and a person can see dreams in this phase. When the cycles continue, the slow sleep decreases, and the fast sleep increases up to 1 hour. During the night, a healthy human can have about 5 sleep cycles. Sleep occupies 1/3 of our life. If a person is 90 years old, he or she spends about 30 years sleeping. Sleep occurs when a sudden limitation or termination of receipt of impulses through afferent or centripetal pathways. Sleep can also occur when the brain cells are impacted by irritants of prolonged or excessive strength. For example, you're listening to a monotone, boring lecture or meeting, and in this case, there develops a slowdown in the brain cells. This slowdown allows brain cortex to recover its working capacity during sleep. To fall asleep, human organism involves nervous and chemical processes. When falling asleep, there increases the serotonin level in blood. Meanwhile, the adrenaline level, which is main stress hormone, significantly decreases. This is why sleep is considered one of the remedies for stress. The main function of sleep is restoring physical and mental strength. Comparing brain to the computer, during sleep, there is like an upgrade of the brain to digest the information accumulated during the day. For the brain, sleep is not just rest. Like a computer chills down after turning off, arranging information, the same happens to the brain. During sleep, the brain activity is rearranged, which is needed to process and consolidate information accumulated during awakening. Have you noticed that when you are sleepy, some tasks seem too difficult? But as soon as you get enough sleep, you come up with the solutions. During sleep, there occurs the selective erasing of memory. Brain analyzes the information obtained during the day. What is not needed goes to the basket, and what is important from the short memory goes to the long-term memory. This is how our memories are formed. The neuron's activity during sleep stays almost the same as during awakening. It is surprising that during deep sleep, the organism is capable of reacting to the external actions. Everyone knows the fact that Dmitry Mendeleev saw his periodic system during sleep. It happens when a person thinks about something for a long time, not finding a solution, so he can have just such a brightening during sleep. Human cannot function for a long time without sleep. Long absence of sleep can cause altered perception. A person might have hallucinations that would seem a reality to him. Guinness Book of World Records registered a person who stayed without sleep for about 12 days. Many famous people needed only 5 hours of a normal sleep. So there is no definition of how many hours a person needs to get enough sleep. But a regular person must sleep for 7, 8 hours, going to bed and falling asleep at 10, 12 p.m. In this time, the nervous system recovers the best. If a person does not fall asleep before 12 p.m., his nervous system has a lot of tension and stress. During sleep, hearing also turns off. Sleep protects the brain from external irritants to let nervous system have a rest. And the quality of sleep directly depends on the nervous system condition. Often, people cannot fall asleep when they feel happy or depressed. In this case, there is an excitation focus in the brain cortex. If a person manages to fall asleep, often this excitation focus is connected to the mental activity started during the day. But since the external irritants are absent, solutions happen to come. If the duration of sleep is sufficient, then the brain wakes up rested. A person feels refreshed and he is ready for new tasks of the day. During sleep, there are produced hormones of sleep since endocrine system sensitively reacts to time of day change. And if pancreas during the day actively produces insulin, at night it produces hormone that contributes to rest and good sleep. And if a person is awake for a long time at night and sleeps during the day, then the hormones production partly rearranges. So the quality of the daytime sleep is worse. The main sleepy hormone is melatonin. It was discovered by the scientists in the 70s. The melatonin substance is produced by the brain to drift organism into sleep. The latest research showed that melatonin is also produced by somatic cells. In the 90s, there was discovered an antipode hormone, orexin, which is in charge for awakening and healthy hunger. If it is medically blocked, the awakening and sleep can be regulated. So when it comes to melatonin, recently this hormone continues to be studied. Since aside from sedative, it has also anti-oxidative properties. It also possesses anti-aging properties and takes part in immune system strengthening and is cancer protector. The content of this hormone in blood varies depending on the part of day. At night, the concentration of melatonin increases by 4-6 times, reaching its higher level at 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. in case if there is no external source of light. Besides, there are serotonin and tryptophan that impact sleep quality. Today, many people suffer from sleep disorders. Not only sleep, but also a quality of sleep. This state is called insomnia. This is a sleep disorder which is expressed by insufficient duration or low quality. So a person wakes up several times during the night or cannot fall asleep for a long time, or a person has a broken sleep, he seems to hear all the noises. And in the morning, such person wakes up broken, like he hasn't slept at all. People of all ages can have insomnia. Generally, insomnia can be chronic, last for years, or acute, which occurs for several nights in a row when a person is worried or had a stress. Then it can last for a couple days or weeks. Insomnia has its symptoms, and they are very well known. A person cannot fall asleep. You constantly wake up. You get angry that you have a bad sleep, and everything falls out of hands. You don't want to communicate with anyone. The most widespread reason that causes insomnia is anxiety and depression. But besides anxiety and depression, there are also other reasons. One of them is poor sleep hygiene, uncomfortable sleeping accommodation, loud noises, bright light, improper temperature in the room, etc. There is also a treatment method based on the body position during sleep. Sleep hygiene is a significant cause of sleep disorder. Another cause is psychological problems like anxiety, stress, depression, etc. Some medications can also cause insomnia. Painkillers, caffeine-containing drugs, some antidepressants, hormonal drugs, especially ones applied to treat thyroid gland disease, diuretic preparations. There exists a restless leg syndrome. It is a non-willed movements of legs during sleep which can occur several times a minute. They are connected to some brain disorders, anemia, allergy. Some diseases can cause insomnia, such as bronchial asthma, Parkinson's disease, brain circulation disorders, especially during osteochondrosis. Also, all the cardiovascular morbidity can be a cause of insomnia development. Also, there is a matter of genetic predisposition. In this case, the reason is a sleep center malfunction and lack of melatonin. Such people should control sleep conditions very carefully, since melatonin is produced with an absence of external light sources. The quality of life decreases when there is not enough sleep. And primarily, it affects cognitive functions. Memory deterioration, a person cannot focus on anything, movements coordination suffers, speech disturbances, etc. If a person starts driving, it can be a cause of accidents, as well as there can be production accidents. Statistically, every fifth road accident happens because a driver falls asleep while driving. Other circumstance is decrease in immunity. Research shows that lack of sleep increases risk of having some diseases by 3 times. During sleep, the immune system produces proteins. Cytokines, the more infectious agents that are around, the more cytokines are needed. If a person has not enough sleep, the cytokines are produced insufficiently. That is why it is said that sleep treats. Hyperalimentation and overweight. Lack of sleep also stimulates production of ghrelin, a hunger hormone. As a consequence, a person overeats. You must have noticed that if you haven't fallen asleep before midnight, then there begins a gallbladder activity and you get hungry. A person and people who work at night, they usually overeat. Since a tired brain requires more food, for example, something tasty and in big portions, their productivity also decreases. When a person is sleepy, he does everything slowly and not qualitatively. When in normal state, some works takes an hour to complete, then when a person is sleepy, it can take 2, 3, and more hours. And it is not guaranteed that this work will not need to be redone. Besides with the lack of sleep, there happens a motivation drop. Constant lack of sleep leads to wanting to achieve goals less and less. They become less significant and the person becomes less motivated. Bad habits and bad mood also are a cause of lack of sleep. Lack of sleep is a big barrier when forming healthy habits. With the lack of sleep, a person seeks for external stimuli. He wants to smoke, drink a lot of coffee, energetics, etc. A person that had not enough sleep is irritable. He looks sloppy. He has black eyes, looks tired, and first of all, suffers his skin. Melatonin refers to youth hormones. Today, the situation is aggravated by a person not realizing the decrease of his mental and physical capacities and does not connect it to lack of sleep. Sleep deprivation can cause serious health problems and risk of heart, vessels disease, risk of diabetes, overweight. Some people do not consider sleep as an important part of life and intentionally reduce it to a minimum. But there are rules that allow to improve quality of sleep. One of the most important things is schedule, to wake up and go to sleep at the same time. But each individual does it according to his own biological clock. There are many apps and trackers allowing to study your sleep. It is needed to develop your own rhythm and try to follow it. It is required to create necessary sleep conditions for sleep. Optimal temperature in the bedroom, 18-21 degrees. The room must be aired and the curtains off to not let the outside light in. Besides the sleep accommodation, nightwear might be comfortable. A person must sleep with a lot of pillows. In the recent centuries, people used to have a lot of pillows of different sizes. One for the place between cheek and neck, one under the lower back, so that the lumbar arc has a support and does not sag down. If a person sleeps on one side, it is better to put a pillow between his knees. If no part of the body sags down, the body will be relaxed and sleep will be of good quality. It is very good to have a walk before bed during 30-40 minutes, or to meditate, listen to relaxing music. It is not good to go to sleep hungry. If you're hungry, you need to have a snack, but not overeat, and no coffee or alcohol. The bedroom is a place to sleep, to make love. That is why there shouldn't be TV in the bedroom. Don't use any gadgets lying in bed. First of all, the screen light leads to nervous system excitation. It's better to read a book. Also, it is better to get rid of all digital noises, email, social media, etc. Besides, if a person watches some detectives or thrillers with death, shooting, etc., the sleep quality also decreases. And cell phone. Many people are used to putting phones near the bed. It's better to turn off Wi-Fi before sleep to let the brain cells rest. You can have such a test. You need to answer 3 questions. Do you need an alarm clock to wake up? Do you drink coffee or energy drinks to stay awake during the day? Do you fall asleep during the first 5 minutes? If you need an alarm clock, if you drink coffee or energy drinks, if you do not fall asleep during the first 5 minutes, it means that you need to review your daily routine or to prolong the duration of your sleep, or to change its quality, or to decrease stress. Biomedis company has developed the multi-frequency synchronization programs, which are implemented in Trinity devices and which allow to regulate the state of a person, to decrease stress, to improve sleep and life quality. There are algorithms of the program's application. The transient insomnia, which occurs in people who sleep well but can't fall asleep in specific situation, noise, unusual place before exams, or responsible events. This insomnia can occur in emotional lift situations, when a person fell in love or feels excessive happiness. Transient insomnia can also develop when working with computer or watching TV for a long time. Incorrect rest regime in people who fly often or work at night. It's called desynchronosis. Uh, it can be held very badly, especially when a person flies from west to east. Transient insomnia lasts for about a week, and after adaptation, a person comes back to the usual rhythm. To help yourself in such states, in Trinity device, in the fourth mode, there is a program called Half Sleep After Sleep. It is a program that helps to enter the wakefulness state in a very smooth way. If a person wakes up with an alarm clock and jumps out of bed, it develops a state of anxiety and stress. So, to smoothly enter the activity state, it is recommended to apply this program. Then, after 10 minutes or more, you can turn on the Increasing Adaptation Resources 1 program, which is aimed to increase energy and adaptation resources of a human, especially when the BRT test showed lack of adaptation resources. Then, before sleep, it is recommended to apply the program Half Sleep Before Sleep, which is aimed to transfer a person from active wakefulness to state of relaxation and more calm state, and it slows down the brain rhythms from beta active rhythms to more calm alpha rhythm. Then you can turn on Sleep Program 2. This program is aimed for a person to enter sleep by slowing down the frequency from alpha to delta rhythm. This delta rhythm is kept until the end of the program. It is very good to apply this program before sleep. When a person can't relax or can wake up in the middle of the night and can't fall back to sleep. So this program maintains a good quality of sleep. If you have a temporary insomnia, which is conditioned by stress, emotional shock, anxiety, it leads to sleep disturbance. This type of insomnia includes insomnia caused by intake of psychostimulant agents. A person took these agents for a period of time to fulfill some work, to be activated for some period of time. It lasts from 1 to 3 weeks. In such cases, in the morning, to smoothly enter the wakefulness state, you can also apply Half Sleep After Sleep program and then turn on Stress Program 1 with the time interval between programs from 10 minutes to 3 hours. This program gets you out of this vicious circle, stress, disease, especially when there are conflicts at home or at work. And in the evening, to relax after work, you can turn on Alpha Relax program to achieve a state of comfort when alpha rhythm turns on. This is a resource rhythm when the human resources are restored, blood circulation improves, when a person recovers and relaxes. Then you can apply Peace program. This is a program of deep inner relaxation to stabilize the immunity. When you're nervous and have anxiety, when you wake up a lot, when you have nightmares, sleepwalking, and right before sleep, you apply half sleep before sleep and sleep program 2 to enter sleep in delta rhythm. Chronic insomnia often appears with depression, anxiety, with alcoholic and drug addictions. About 50% of people suffering from chronic insomnia have neurotic disorders, and this type of insomnia can be observed in elderly people since with age the duration of biologically necessary sleep is reduced. Meanwhile, the psychological need habitual time of sleep is kept and the number of night awakenings increases up to 20%. Side effects of chronic insomnia are very serious. Fatigue, difficult concentration, low working capacity, so a person needs to take medications to improve sleep quality. In such cases, the algorithm can be the following. In the morning, have sleep after sleep program and increasing adaptation resources 1 to smoothly transfer from sleep to awakening. In the daytime, a person can apply cerebral program. It's such a cerebral training. In this program, there are all the frequency ranges, so the organism is stimulated. There appears the activation of intellectual activity, especially when there are learning difficulties, reduced memorization processes, etc. This program promotes brain clarity and activity. After you can apply short break program. When you have a long brain activity, preparation for the exams, this short and deep break period will promote the development of calm state for a short period of time. This program ends with an energetic frequency and it prepares you to come back to work being rested. So, and then in the evening, you can apply peace program to relax after a tense working day and after you can apply sleep program. This program differs from sleep program 2 since the frequency goes down to delta rhythm and then back to alpha for a person to have some activity at home in the evening. This program is used for quick tranquilization in the evening time. And just before sleep, you can apply half sleep before sleep and sleep 2 program, which is different from sleep program before because this program stays at delta rhythm activity and is kept through the whole session without coming back to alpha rhythm. This allows a person to enter the sleep state and to spend it qualitatively. Trinity devices allow to improve sleep, and we hope that people who apply these programs will have amazing results, and we will be able to share them with everyone. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and we hope this information will be very useful for you. Thank you and best wishes.